2023 was an unbelievable year for games, but it's out with the old and in with the new now, my friends. And if our Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth preview is anything to go by, games in 2024 are off to a flyer too. Ryo Gagetoku's next installment in its sprawling crime saga is ambitious and comforting all at once, whether you're a seasoned turn-based RPG connoisseur or a relative series newcomer like myself. It's weird, it's wild, and it's tinged with genuine emotional depth and pathos that only RGG can juxtapose so handily with a dating minigame. I'll admit, before heading to this preview, I had limited knowledge of the Yakuza series as a whole. As someone who tends to avoid combat in games, even the turn-based style found in the first Like a Dragon, that made playing Infinite Wealth a fun challenge, approaching it as someone who hasn't spent any time with Kiryu, or even current protagonist Ichiban outside of fun social clips and screenshots that flood my timeline now and again. I prefer my games cozy and quest-focused, but to my surprise, Ichiban's surprisingly personal story had me more invested than I ever thought possible. Make no mistake, if you've been swept up in the hype surrounding Infinite Wealth, the kind of bizarre whirlwind of zaniness that only the Like a Dragon and Yakuza franchises can offer, then you can rest safe that this is as good a place as any to start. For those of you who played the first Like a Dragon, you'll know already what I soon discovered. These titles have a little something for all. The storyline isn't exclusive to long-term followers, and while the spin-off series is a layered RPG that slots into the legendary Yakuza world, it isn't exclusively tied to it. In fact, I haven't gone a day since the preview without thinking about Infinite Wealth's upcoming launch so that I can be reunited with Ichiban, the terrifyingly brilliant Alu happy, and help the gang restore Goku Island. You don't need to have played Gaiden to have enjoyed Infinite Wealth, but it does help, so you should play it anyway if you get the chance. RGG's choice to give Infinite Wealth dual protagonists in Ichiban and Kiryu is a perfect way of making the action-packed RPG game accessible for new players, but still respecting and catering to loyal followers who have been with the studio since the first Yakuza title. Chief producer Hiroyuki Sakamoto revealed that it was due to this dual approach that the studio felt comfortable taking the game to an entirely new starting location of Honolulu City, as it made sense for the characters to end up there from past decisions. We meet each of our protagonists at different points in their lives. Kazuma Kiryu is battling cancer, approaching his own final curtain after leading the franchise with his unique brand of inimitable charm for so long, while Ichiban Kasuga remains as affable, likeable, and downright charismatic as ever. Their two story arcs play out against the backdrop of the biggest map in the history of the series. It's the first time any of the games have been set outside of Japan, and you'd better believe they took their time getting it right. RGG and the team spent a lot of time in Hawaii to ensure that they could recreate it in its most realistic form, even partnering with local businesses to make the experience as true to life as they could. Given the size of the map, you might worry that Like a Dragon is starting to head for the dreaded wide as an ocean, deep as a puddle approach, but thankfully you'd be wrong. You'd find plenty of story content, subplots, and of course a variety of minigames to keep things fresh throughout, from surfing to fire dancing to Hawaiian marine mastering. There's plenty to keep Ichiban busy while he's in Hawaii. You'll also find opportunities to fill out your in-game Pokedex, with the Sujadex Bestiary returning from Like a Dragon and the Dokopedia to document all the critters you find while exploring the Goku Island section. It was during my exploration that I realised how closed off my mind had been to the Like a Dragon series, and the 90 minutes of free exploration and playtime we were allocated was nowhere near enough to satisfy my curiosity. I managed to preview 6 of the sub-story elements, all of which were extremely fun to explore, and the mismatch minigame that sees the hatless Ichiban try dating made me physically laugh out loud thanks to the witty writing and great performances. The two protagonists not only vary gameplay throughout, but also allow Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth to seamlessly blend previous storylines and characters into new and old maps. And while I can't personally speak to its reference to previous titles, Kiryu's Japanese storyline and gameplay is very much an openly curated love letter to long-standing fans of the Yakuza franchise. Kamurocho is reimagined with a whole host of nostalgia-based minigames, with collectible references to big moments in past titles that progress Kiryu's character and reignite his memories. From karaoke to bingo, golfing, and a 1998/99 Sega Spike Out arcade game within the district, which, by the way, was the first time that game has ever been playable on a console. There's tons more to unlock and discover. I won't spoil the storyline for you, but there are some sensitive themes throughout the narrative that I thought were handled beautifully, and despite not having the prior investment that a seasoned player would have for the characters, it didn't take away from my ability to resonate and understand their unique journeys, whether that be through humorous quips to harrowing, intimate plot lines. Sakamoto explained that with every iteration of the franchise, Kazuma Kiryu's character has gotten older and hit different life stages. And to truly allow fans to experience the different life moments and add realistic experiences, RGG needed the storyline to go in the organic way it has, even if that means taking it down an ultimately difficult path to tread. If Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth is full of surprises, its biggest one feels perfect for the cozy gamer like myself. I practically squealed upon realizing that I could build and create my own Hawaiian island retreat, and Sakamoto says that the Dondoku Island could easily have been its own standalone game. By adding Dondoku Island as an additional mode, Infinite Wealth now caters to an audience who likely would have never discovered the title, including myself before this preview, and could even encourage friends and loved ones to join in the gameplay by tackling different aspects of their strengths and tastes. For one, I can't wait for my first run through with my partner. He can tackle the combat and main storyline while I restore Dondoku into the tourist hotspot it deserves to be. The mode will also have daily updates and quests, with ways to share your island progress and craft and collect an array of furniture from the island shop, making it even more replayable than I experienced in just my short 30 minutes. There are truly so many explorable elements to the mode, including evening exploration, your own island home to decorate, and a separate currency system to the main game. So we've talked exploration, we've talked story, and we've talked an island building sim straight from Animal Crossing, but Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth is still an RPG at heart, so what about the combat? Like a Dragon switched the franchise to a bizarre, classic JRPG style combat style in the same vein of early Dragon Quest games, but if I'm honest, I found this personally to be my least favourite aspect of Infinite Wealth. The team have taken a lot of feedback from previous games to try and enhance the feel and flow of combat, as well as the level of party customization players have. There's a stronger sense of building a team for a start, with a lot of new jobs to work around, and that's without mentioning the metric ton of new jobs the Hawaiian setting provides too. It's just not something that's clicked with me in the past, and it didn't immediately pull me here. But given our preview jumped us to a late game battle that was plenty challenging and maybe not quite beginner friendly, I'm hopeful that the more time building my characters and party the way I want to will help me feel more in control of things. Still, that encounter had to be one of the quirkiest bosses you're likely to face in any game in 2024. And I'm excited to see how longtime fans and newcomers alike respond to its mechanics, especially if a lot of the other bosses that follow are designed in the same vein. The Yakuza franchise as a whole may not have gripped me initially, but Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth has created a gateway for not just myself, but others who may favour different genre styles and gameplay to delve into RGG's huge catalogue of prior works. After my guided tour through Infinite Wealth's Hawaiian offerings, I'm itching to join back up with Ichiban and the gang to explore at my own pace and in my own way. I hear Dondoku Island is lovely this time of year. So what do you reckon? Fancy taking on a giant shark and picking up Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth? Stick with us at GG Recon over the next few weeks if you want to see more stuff around Infinite Wealth, because we have a lot lined up. Hit that sub button if you want to see more videos like this, and while you're here anyway, you should check out these videos here.